Hi guys, this is Dr. Sadashivam once again with you. Guys, in organizations, if you look at the pyramid of the organization, after a certain level, your qualification, the college you come from, the companies you have worked earlier, your mark sheets, they cease to matter. Your technical knowledge, your functional knowledge, they all cease to matter. Because when people have reached a certain position in the organization, it is a given that you have all those skills and they cease to be a differentiator. Now, if you look at a CEO of an organization, amongst 5 or 6 in the board of directors at the directors level, there's only one guy who gets onto the post of a CEO. And to get onto that post and to sustain that post and be successful, it needs certain qualities, and we're going to talk about those qualities in brief in today's video, guys. The first quality is those people have to think long term. Long term in the sense, the lowest level of a guy in sales, for example, a sales officer, he's only bothered about meeting his targets for the month, and that is it. He wants to take his incentives and move away. Now, if you look at the span of vision, as people go up in the hierarchy, the span keeps going longer and longer. Maybe the regional manager will look at the next 6 months. Maybe the guy above him will look at the next 1 or 2 years. But if you look at the owner of the company, he will have a very clear plan drawn out for the next 10 years and 15 years. Right? Because that's an institution he's developing. So one of the qualities of any CEO is to see long term. The second very important quality is they're not perturbed by events, small events. For example, when the company has made a very huge success, when everybody is in a state of euphoria, you will find calmness in the face of a CEO. Likewise, when the company goes through a very difficult patch, when everybody is totally perturbed and disturbed about the journey of the organization, you will find the CEO of the company the quietest man in the boardroom. He's not moved by events, either big successes or big. I'm not trying to say they won't celebrate that, of course. But they will be very balanced in their approach, because it is only that balance which will give them the strength to plan strategically for the future, which is extremely important. John Maxwell, in a speech, very clearly emphasized that the success of any organization rises and falls with leadership. What an important quote. This is one quote which has changed the lives of many people, right? Thirdly, we are going to talk about response and react. Great leaders respond after a deep thought. They don't react, because normally what happens is when you react, your limbic system is in operation. Typically, when your limbic system is in operation, you will be moved more by emotions rather than by facts. And for the CEO, facts, data, rational thinking is what is extremely important. And business decisions cannot be taken on the basis of emotions. Very important. The next important quality is schedule your day. The time needs to be valued. If anybody has to measure time and money, time should be given preference. Because money, if you lose, you can gain every time, any time in the future. But time once lost can never be brought back. Very important. Value time over money. This brings on to the fact that a CEO has to schedule his day. He needs to have the right schedule, starting from the morning till the night when he retires to sleep. A complete schedule is extremely important. And everything he should try to go by the schedule. Next we are going to talk about is reading. Guys, statistics in US said that on an average, one person reads 1 book a day. But when they did the same survey for CEOs normally read 60 books in a year, compared to an average of average man's reading of one book in a year. You know, this reading is extremely important because that helps the CEO keep himself abreast of what is happening on in the outside world. Extremely important. Not all business decisions are taken based on your functional knowledge. A lot of things are done on the basis of guts, and reading more and more will help you to improve your guts and help you to improve your decision making capabilities. And generally, the survey of CEOs also showed that they typically read book on 4 important subjects. One is about business pertaining to their industry. Second is about philosophy. I was very surprised to see that. Philosophy, extremely important. Third is about psychology. And fourth is about current affairs. A CEO should keep himself abreast of whatever is happening in the industry, in the outside world, not just his industry. He should know what is happening in the stock market. He should know a little bit of economics. He should know what is happening in politics, because each of these things affect your business in major ways. We have talked about pest analysis, which means what is the political environment in a country, what is the economic environment, what is the sociological environment, and what's the technological environment. Extremely important. We have seen many cases of technological disruptions which have crumpled big companies. Think of Kodak, think of Godrej typewriters. All these companies used to be flagship companies at one point of time, but technological disruptions can make these companies crumble overnight if it is not attended to. Nokia is a classic example of how they failed to keep themselves abreast of the changes in the technology, Android and all that. I don't want to get into those details. We'll be putting up another video on that subject. So these are some of the qualities required for the CEOs. Guys, let me tell you one thing. A lot of people say there is nothing called as a luck, and you have to sit in the driver's chair and you have to steer your own life's journey. But guys, if these things are done properly, some unseen forces of nature are watching you all the time. We are not aware of that. Unseen forces of nature. Let me repeat, I am telling you, those unseen forces of nature are watching you all the time. And if one sticks to basics, one is true to himself in terms of efforts that he is putting, and if one is following some of these qualities in real spirit and letter, gods come around, they sprinkle mercies, they sprinkle that kind of luck on them. So what we think luck is not luck. It is nothing but an outcome of so many efforts that we had taken in the past. You're not able to consciously calculate all that, but every time anything done in good intention, the outcome may be a success or a failure. We're not bothered about that outcome. Outcome could be anything. But the fact that the right efforts were put on the right time with the right intention definitely will serve as a catalyst for one's growth. And that's it for today. I hope you liked this video. Thank you very much. And this is Dr. Sadashivam signing off till we meet again in the next video. Bye bye. Jai Hind.